Welcome to April's 2025 energetic weather report for the Ascending Collective. I'm laughing because I finally received something that wasn't like the sun pelting us with all kinds of intensity and people were like dodging the fireballs or getting hit by bliss balls. If you have been with me in previous updates, you know that there's been a lot of polarity and a lot of intensity, and I don't think that's going to let up. But I did get a slightly different psychic vision this upcoming month when I said, hey, Spirit, show me the energy. And I want to talk about the astrological archetypes that we are going to be navigating as well. So if we haven't met, I'm Casey Aileen Knight of Luminous Evolution, and I am obsessed with helping the lightworkers and healers and New Earth leaders really understand how they need to really just freaking show up and own their magic and shine right now, because the world needs us. So what we are doing is moving through the most incredibly potent transformation that we have ever navigated before. It's not easy, and there is a lot of polarity. So people are experiencing the incoming energies with just a lot of different experiences. So as always, take what resonates with you, leave the rest. But I am speaking very specifically to the group of people that know that they are here to help. You're probably on the transition team, whether you know it consciously or not. You're here to help humanity go through this massive change out of the frequency of separation and scarcity and lack and the fighting and the collective tribalism into the frequency of abundance, the unified field, being able to access the celebration of our diversity while also understanding that we are all connected. So when I'm talking about creating a new earth, it's not a light switch moment. It is this co-creative experience that we are the ones that came here to co-create all together. So if this is you, I want you to know that April is going to be like a rainstorm, but it's not just rain. It's like plasma, which is water's highest self, raining down to purify, clean, and cleanse all of the stuff that is no longer serving us. And I know they say April showers bring May flowers. I'm going to say April showers bring future flowers. And really right now what's happening is we're like resourcing the soil that these flowers are going to need to grow from, because it has been like dry, cracked, arid desert where not much that is built on truth has been able to grow yet, but the light is flooding in. And when I was like, hey, Spirit, show me April, what I received were, as always, the two kind of polarities of the experience. But in this rainstorm, in this plasma storm, there were the souls who were dancing and singing in the rain like Gene Kelly, who were just having a great time, who were actually blissful in the experience when they were basically having fun with it. They were not taking it too seriously. But then there was a whole nother part of the collective that was just showing me their grumpy pants, and they're like, stupid rain, I hate the rain, stupid rain, it was getting wet. And there was just this very different quality of the experience, which was the same damn experience, right? The rain is coming down no matter what. So are you going to sing and dance in the rain, or are you going to get really mad that it's wrecking your hair, your makeup, it's ruining your plans? The rain is coming anyway. This is, I think, what we need to understand. The purification and cleansing is happening. It's been happening for ages, and it's just going to ramp up and continue. So we could actually fall into the camp of going like, oh, woe is me, the world is ending, or the, oh, good, everything that is not built on truth is ending, and we're going to create a new world where we get to build on truth. We get to build with that unity consciousness, with that awareness that we are so much more connected and so much more effective than we as people, and powerful and magical than we have ever believed before. So with all of this, I just want to say it's not an easy time to be here, but when you let yourself have fun with it, you're going to receive what's coming in a different way. And actually, when it comes to being open to receive, that's how we actually experience abundance. When we are closed off, when we put up our energetic shields and we're like, no, I don't want this, I don't like this, regardless of whether or not it's happening, then we're closed off to the abundance, to connection to the divine, to connection to other people, to connection to our higher realms, connection to our intuition. All of that has to happen through the open heart. So when we actually let ourselves play, when we actually let ourselves find the joy in little things, even if the old structures and world is crumbling around us and it's very dramatic and it has a lot of pain and a lot of fear and a lot of unknown stuff, if we can have fun with it, we are going to navigate it just so much more easily. So this is the thing. We get to allow ourselves to tune in to the frequency of possibility. Not everyone's going to be able to do that with you. Not everyone's going to want to. Not everyone's going to be capable of doing it. But if you're watching this video still, then you are part of that transition team who has to anchor in the light, who has to hold the light for others, even when they cannot see it themselves. And I want to remind you that having the rest and the joy and the fun is the most revolutionary thing you can do, because it is returning your power to you, because they want you to be fearful and ineffective. So, all that being said, what are we dealing with astrologically this year? This month? Oh my gosh, this year. I can't even go that far. But we're beginning April in the sign of Aries with the sun in the tropical zodiac. And that is the beginning of the astrological new year that just happened at the equinox. And we are also looking at the fact that Neptune just transitioned into Aries like at the end of March 30th. And that is a massive paradigm shift as it deals with spirituality, transformation, our inner world, all of those things. So a new epoch is beginning, and we're in that Aries initiatory energy. We've also had a lot of planets in retrograde, and Mercury is going to be going direct on April 7th in Pisces. And when we look at Mercury, a lot of people are just talking about communication. Oh no, Mercury's in Gatorade again. And so like, don't sign contracts and everything's going to be crazy, and technology and all that. Yes. And Mercury is truly, I think, like the lenses that we wear. So when it's in a particular sign, you are looking at the world through the perception of how that sign sees things. So when Mercury is going into Pisces, or it's going direct in Pisces, you are going to be able to pull through a lot of the stuff that was spinning around that we went to revisit in terms of our dreaming into the new earth realms and what it is that we're here to create. And we're going to bring that energy, leaving behind what doesn't serve, back into that. And we're going to be able to continue looking through the lens of the Bodhisattva's new earth collective unity consciousness creation energy that you hold as a light leader, as someone that's on the transition team, as a frequency alchemist, right? As someone that is a light worker, healer, whatever you call yourself, you're here for the collective, you believe in something bigger. And so as Mercury is moving direct again, it's like, can you perceive through that lens what it is that your part is going to play? I said that really oddly. What part are you playing? What are you here to do? What dream are you dreaming into being? And then as the moon goes full in Libra on April the 13th, this is your opportunity to clear out all of the voices and stories and dreams that aren't actually yours. So when Libra is in more of its shadow energy, it can get very overwhelmed by trying to take everybody's opinion into account. The ascended Libra, the balanced Libra, it's bringing everyone's voice to the table, making sure that there is equality and that everybody's perspective is being understood. But again, in the shadow of it, we can get so overwhelmed by everybody else's stuff. And so the full moon in Libra while the sun is in Aries still, it's like, let's let go of all of that stuff that is making us value other people's voices over our own, because even the scale of the Libra energy has that center point. You need to have your center point and your connection to the divine transmission that is for you from your highest self. Okay, this is absolutely essential. You need to know what voice is yours and value yours first, because you can acknowledge and honor everybody's truth without making it your own. Okay, this is the magic of Libra. It's not excluding your own voice. It's saying like, my truth is my truth and your truth is your truth, and they all get to be celebrated, and they're just as true, because everybody has this different perspective, a different fractal of the infinite oneness. But we have to honor and acknowledge our truth, our voice, and have our discernment. So you need to be your own anchor point, and your highest self is that anchor, okay? So Venus is also going direct on the 13th, and it's also in Pisces. So Venus is the divine feminine. It is your inner world. It is the embodiment energy. So as we also have that Mercury in Pisces, this is like you being that embodied new earth leader, that light worker and healer who is the change that you want to see in the world. So when you go into retrograde in Venus, it's not quite as intense as in like a Mars or a Mercury retrograde. It's a chance to actually receive all that love that you've been giving, right? It is this like reciprocity. And as we move direct, let's like allow that love that we've been receiving to very much then be embodied into our being, and then we get to just keep expanding that ability to be it, not to just think it, not to just know it, but to be it, right? So being the leader, being the peace, being the healing and the divine love that you want to see in the world. This is your chance to literally be the lighthouse that is showing people how. And it's not easy, but it is the role that you've chosen. So we get to fine tune what it is that we are showing up as, because that is going to change the game for all of us. And there have recently been all of these new missions, these new like movements on the grids, new missions that have been put out there because so much has been changing. So don't be afraid to pivot, to realize that you're so much more than you've been giving yourself credit for. And yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting. Mercury is going to move into Aries on April 16th. And as we know, it is the lens through which you are seeing the world, right? So when you take off the Pisces glasses and you pick up the Aries glasses, it's going to feel fresh, new, shiny. It is that first fire energy. It is that spark of initiation. And you might feel a little bit more of that desire to affect change, that passion and that purpose and that like, oh my gosh, yes, I am here to make a difference. And so I want you to just allow yourself to view the world in that way, and also practice communicating it, right? Practice the communication of the potential, of the possibility. So instead of bitching about what is happening in the world, talk about what you want to see. Focus on that. Use your voice and the magic frequencies coming from your heart, from your throat, from your mind, from your being, and speak it into existence, okay? This is just, it's so key. And Mars is going to go into Leo on April the 18th. And this is this opportunity, as like everything is stacking up for you to be doing this. It's like Mars being the divine masculine with the action, the structure. It's like the doing, and the feminine is the being, right? Which is an oversimplification, but like it's in Leo. So that means it is time for you to step up and be even more visible in your magic, in your ability to lead, in your radiant self, for the sheer joy of it, not to get famous, but well, first for the joy of shining, right? Like just like being yourself, being in your authentic essence, but also because it gives permission for other people to do the same. And my love, you have been holding yourself back. Okay? You've been holding yourself back from actually sharing and shining your light and your love and your truth and all of the magic that's inside of you. And when Mars is in Leo, it's like, what moves can you make to actually be witnessed and be seen in order to inspire others? Okay, like really leaning into the fact that they need to see you do it so they feel safe to do it as well. You are an inspiration, even if you are going to piss some people off because you are bright and shiny. Like it doesn't even matter anymore. If they're mad, let them be mad, and you get to be the most radiant version of you, but like take the aligned action steps to make that happen. So if you've been thinking, I need to start going live, I need to start sharing my knowledge, the book, the podcast, the Substack, like whatever that is, whatever your calling is, and it needs to be aligned with you, that is what you are ready to do. Okay. Now, the sun is moving into Taurus on April 19th, and that is that's the first of the earth signs where we are slowing it down after that spark of initiation to actually digest that expansion and root it into the earth so it actually can grow, okay? So it doesn't just stay up in the ethers. And Taurus is also the sign of truly enjoying life. And again, we know that we need to be having fun in April. We know we need to be actually empowering ourselves. And I want to add on to the having fun and being joyful and singing and dancing in the rain, but like going deeper and actually tapping into pleasure and potency reside in the present moment. So this is where all of your power lies. So when the sun is in Taurus, you have this opportunity to really amplify your power and your magic and your presence and your potency through the embodiment of enjoying the sensuality of being in this human form instead of saying, fuck it, this meat suit is such a pain in the ass. I know it is, but also there's so much joy in it. So can you play with that as the sun is just anchoring us in to the material realm that we came here to explore and create in, instead of bypassing it and focusing only on the mental and the non-physical. Like, let's get physical, guys, okay, and actually enjoy it. Now, the new moon in Taurus on April 27th, whenever we get that new moon energy, it's like planting the seeds of even more Taurus energy, right? Like, how can we plant the seeds for what we want to create in the material realm? Whether that is a healthier body, a happier home, like more abundance, more money, something new in your business. What is it that you want to create? Take the time to plant the seeds and say, like, this is what I am making, and you put your energy and your intention into that. And you work with these energies of creation. You work with the elements. You work with the wheel of the year so it can grow with you in alignment with what is happening on Earth. This is the time for the new, right? Especially with that Neptune and Aries energy. Oh my goodness. And also the Mars and Leo, Mercury and Aries. It's all of this like cauldron of beautiful creation energy. So I want you to really pay attention to that. Finally, we have Venus going into Aries on April 30th. And again, Venus being that beingness, the divine feminine flow, regardless of your gender or your sex, right? We all have an inner Mars and Venus. We all have an inner masculine and feminine creation principles, the yin and the yang. So when it's moving into Aries, we have this like initiatory fire that is coupled with that radiant fire of Leo in Mars. And so you have all of this inner fire that's like, let's fucking go, right? Like, what are you going to create? The new world is being born through you. What are you going to create? And remember that Taurus sun can help us ground it in so it's not burning out of control. But like, there is just this creation potential that is so ripe and ready for people to just go, to grow, to flow. The time is now. It is here, and we're done with waiting. So I want to speak to the healers and the activators and the lightworkers right now. When we're talking about all of this new paradigm energy being available to us, I want you to know that there's going to be people who are going to stay on the cleanup and purification mission primarily because there's this next wave of people who are coming up who are going to need the support, the cleaning and the clearing and the healing that you and like millions of other people have been working on for a while now. But there is this next wave, and some of you are ready to evolve your magic, because you've been focused primarily on the healing because that was just like what you needed to do. But there is this new energy of evolution, creation. How good can it freaking get? What can we make? Energy that's available to us as well. So I want to invite you to a masterclass called The Evolution of Your Magic, where we're going to be talking about evolutionary alchemy and how you can use it to supercharge your life, your light body, and your creations, and also bring that into your healing practices, to your workshops, to your one-on-one sessions, to the offerings that you are supporting other people with, because so many people are ready for the next step. We want to make sure that we're not getting stuck in the healing loop, okay? The healing hamster wheel where it's like, there's always more to clear, there's always more to heal. People say that all the time. They're like, healing is a never-ending journey. And I'm like hell it is. Healing is getting you back to the baseline. And then when you get to that state, you can then expand and create. Okay, this is where it gets really, really good. This is where once you do the big healing work, the big trauma work, once you have moved through that, because there's so many people who've already really been doing that. Yes, cleaning and clearing happens as we go, and it happens as we get to deeper layers, but it is not your primary focus anymore. The healing work is just something that happens, and we actually focus on wholeness and divine flow and unity and soul embodiment and exploration of creation on this earth plane. Light body activation, which is how much more of your soul light can you hold? How much more of your divinity can you embody? This is where you start to activate multidimensional gifts, like being able to heal and clear and attune and activate with sound frequency, with breath, and with intention. This is where we're activating multidimensional magical tools that are so powerful. This is just where it gets really, really good. So come to the Evolution of Your Magic Masterclass. It is going to be a 3-day experience where I'm going to be giving you tools that you can use right away to make all of these practices easier, to amplify your magic, to bring the divine luminous team that's always got your back in to do the work with you, and actually a lot of the times for you, to really work with your ability to work outside and inside of time and space, to time travel, to merge with future versions of yourself, to bring your highest self into your body, to create from that place of really being the frequency of it already. Like, there's just so much more magic that's available to us. This is the work that is coming next. So if you're wanting to be on the leading edge of this evolution, right, of this transformation back into the multidimensional, supercharged, divine human that we are evolving into, come to the Evolution of Your Magic and we will rock your world. This is primarily and specifically for people who are working in practice with people, or at least who have some foundations of energy work already, because it is some intermediate and mastery level stuff. We're not starting at the basics, but if you are ready, like you already know you're magical, you already have magic, you're already an energy healer, you already know how to like set intention, you already know how to do this stuff, come play at the next level with me. It is going to be so freaking fun. And I'm going to show you how we can really turn it up a notch and get the party started in alignment with this beautiful new energy that's coming into the planet right now. So this is the vibe, okay? We are not focused on the deconstruction. That is not what you are here to focus on, okay? If you're watching this, if you're still watching this after all of this time, you are here to co-create the new. You need new expressions of the magic that's within you so that we can create the new earth that is being born through us. And let's have more freaking fun with it. My loves, if there's any other ways that I can support you, I do want you to make sure that you reach out, check out my links below. The masterclass is available for you, but we also have the Abundant AF Lightworker, we have the Luminous Mastermind, and we have other spaces to support you in being the divine channel and the badass alchemist that you are. And just to really, really encourage you to stop waiting, stop hesitating, stop doubting yourself, because like this is what you were born for, okay? It's go time. Sending you so much love.